So Ricky Brown,
Here you are.
come on up. And then also you said,
Comment on page 20.
come up.
Brown, Thomas, and Graves.
Right.
Who is Ricky Brown? You are Graves? You are Graves. And you are Thomas. Switch places for me, so I don't. Okay. Gentlemen, all of you are charged with racing on the highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Please.
The nature of this case is a racing on a highway case, so I just want to let you know that these dim summaries will be separate for each defendant because they were stopped at different locations, if that makes sense. Okay. On April 17th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer was on routine patrol when he observed a Silverado pickup truck and a Cadillac motor vehicle accelerate at a high rate of speed side by side in an attempt to outdistance one another. The officer observed a third vehicle, a Dodge Charger, increasing speed while following the other two motor vehicles. The officer accelerated approximately to 108 miles per hour in an attempt to catch up with the three vehicles. The officer noted the posted speed limit on the roadway was 65 miles per hour. The officer notes that he was traveling at 101 miles per hour, maintaining view of the vehicles and recording the incident with his dash camera. The Cadillac and the Silverado truck exited the freeway, and the officer got right behind the pickup truck and paced it, traveling 85 miles per hour. A traffic stop was conducted on the Silverado, and the defendant admitted to the officer he was racing with the other individuals. While speaking with the defendant,
We're talking about Brown, right?
yes, Your Honor. And while speaking with the defendant, the other two vehicles arrived on scene and admitted to the officer that they were racing along with the defendant. I guess that covers that.
Who came and admitted?
It says the other two
The
defendants.
other two came in.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what it states. I'd be happy to read the other.
I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your cases, gentlemen. Let me tell you now that the state of Texas and the wisdom of our legislature has made it extremely easy for district attorneys across the state of Texas to seize and take cars from those who are arrested for racing. I have had cases in here where they have seized and taken a car from someone who was caught multiple times participating in this type of behavior. Don't do it. Do you understand?
Yes,
If I find that you do, the first thing I will do is I will put you in jail, and then I'm going to take your ability to drive away from you while this case is open. Living in a city as big as Houston without the ability to drive blows. Do you understand? Each of you, none of you participate racing, street takeovers, donuts, reckless driving, driving maniacally, or putting others' lives in danger. Do you understand? If I find that you're driving at 100 or something like that, it's just not going to go well for you guys. So do you mind filing conditions on each of, no racing, reckless driving, takeovers, anything of this nature, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then also, let's go through each one to see if they have valid licenses.
Yes, Your Honor. For defendant Thomas, we do have an eligible license.
Okay. Also, each of you you're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. You must have car insurance. If you don't have either, you are not allowed to drive.
For defendant Brown, we do have an eligible license as well.
Okay.
And then for defendant Graves, the license is eligible.
All right. Gentlemen, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Brown? Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay, we're going to give you time to go hire a lawyer. We're going to give you 30 days. When you come back, please have a lawyer. I'm going to have you each go to Victoria, sign a reset. Then we will have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go. We have enough death on our streets. Don't contribute to it. You understand? All right, come on, guys.
Brown,
Mr. Martinez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 17th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer observed a motor vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed. He observed the vehicle brake hard to slow down. The officer then got behind the vehicle and observed it to have an expired registration as of January 2025. A traffic stop was conducted and the defendant was identified by his Texas ID card. The officer approached the motor vehicle and observed the defendant in the driver's seat and the defendant to have glossy eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to the officer that he had 5 to 6 beers prior to driving. The defendant stated he has a leg injury on his right leg. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 4 out of 6 on the HGN, a 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 1 out of 4 on the one leg stand. The defendant stated that despite his leg injury, he does work out and have an active life. The defendant stated he was a 5 out of 10 level of intoxication on a scale from 1 to 10. The DIC was read and the breath test strip was refused. A blood warrant was issued and the blood draw was executed.
Okay. Mr. Martinez, can you run his license, please?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now, as a condition of your bond, not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you.
Yes,
So
sir.
if I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm now placing a restriction on your license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have one, I will put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
We are sending notice to DPS so that every single officer in this state knows that you're required to have an interlock in your car. So if you're caught wherever and you don't have one, officers will put you in jail.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, can I speak?
Don't.
No, sir, I got.
Don't. I don't want you to say a thing. Now's not the time. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. Just don't say anything. Don't. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Martinez?
Not a phone.
Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. We'll take a look to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, where you work, how much money you're making, how much money you have at the bank, what kind of car you drive, how many cars, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, everything. And then I'll take a look to see whether you qualify.
Judge, we have that the license is not eligible.
You are not allowed to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, Mr. Martinez, and I'm telling you now, I don't give a rat's behind what your excuses. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. This affidavit is what you're going to be signing, promising you're not going to drive. Nothing in this world can justify you getting to a car and driving. Jesus comes down and needs to ride to church. Do not drive. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Castillo,
Because you don't have a license, because you're not going to drive, I'm going to give you a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you're not consuming.
That's what I was gonna talk to you about. I was talking about my bond conditions.
Mr. Martinez, in the last 1.5 years, you have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You were on your 6th case within the last year and a half. There's nothing at this time that you can try to negotiate with me. Do you understand?
I understand, but it's about work.
Stop. All I want is my streets to be safe.
Yes,
And
sir.
if I find that you're in danger, anything, one iota, it's just not going to go well for you.
I understand.
Mr. Sims, come on.
Judge, I have Victor Martinez that I just got appointed to. He wanted to ask you if he's working, he works a lot of times out of state. He does mill work. And you have him come up, Judge? He wanted to know about drug testing. If he's working out of state and they call him for drug testing, can he,
Let's go to Quest.
he's gonna have to go to Quest Diagnostics? Okay.
Come up.
And so sometimes he'll get a job assigned to him where he's working like in Virginia for a week and then he comes back to Houston. Is that correct?
Diagnostic is all over the country, and that's what you need to use to test. If you don't test,
No,
then
that was my main concern, because I heard you, there's somebody like, well, they might send me out of town just for a week or two, and I just wanna know if it was okay if I go to the place, what you were saying.
no travel restriction as long as you comply with your bond conditions. You have to have the interlock, the portable device, right? Do not drive. I'm telling you, things will go hell bent sideways if you drive.
When I'm out of town, when since I don't have a drug line, I don't touch their vehicle, they fly us out everywhere, they drive us everywhere.
Don't drive.
Strictly work.
Okay?
Thank you, Judge.